Breaking news! Something is happening inside the Broncos headquarters that could seriously shake up the team's entire offensive identity, and almost no one saw it coming. Out of nowhere, former Ravens and Chargers running back JK Dobbins is in Denver. That's right, he's not just on the Broncos' radar, he's here in person, having dinner with the coaching staff and preparing to tour the team's facilities. This isn't just another off-season rumor. It's real, it's important, and it could signal a major shift in how Sean Payton plans to attack defenses this season. What does this mean for rookie sensation R.J. Harvey? What about the rest of the crowded running backs room? And why are the Broncos even considering adding another veteran running back when their roster already looks stacked? Trust me, there's a reason for everything, and when you see the pieces fall into place, it all starts to make sense. I have all the exclusive details, and I'm going to break them down for you right now. But before we dive in, hit the like button, but only if you've been following the Broncos through thick and thin. And if you're truly in the Broncos' good graces, leave a comment saying, "Go Broncos!" My heart is in the Broncos' good graces. Let's dive into what may be the smartest low-cost, high-growth play of the entire offseason. Alright, let's get to the breaking news. Former Ravens and Chargers running back JK Dobbins is officially visiting the Denver Broncos. Yes, that JK Dobbins. The same Dobbins who racked up over 1,000 scrimmage yards in just 9 games last season before an injury took him off the field. According to Tom Pelissero, Dobbins is already in Denver, sitting down for dinner with the coaching staff and scheduled to tour the Broncos facility. This isn't just a casual visit, this has serious implications for the Broncos' backfield. If you followed Dobbins' career, you know he's a force when healthy. A former second-round pick out of Ohio State, Dobbins had a promising start with the Chargers under Jim Harbaugh, but injuries have continually sidelined his progress. Last year, he was averaging impressive numbers before another lower body injury shut down his season. It's been a tough road for him. An ACL tear, an Achilles injury, and an MCL sprain have all been part of his journey. That's a red flag for some, but others see it as a high upside signing at a potential bargain. And that brings us to the Broncos' current situation. With rookie R.J. Harvey now in the mix, taken in the second round of the 2025 NFL Draft, Denver's running back room is already stacked. Harvey's known for his agility, speed, and shiftiness. Think of him as your classic east-to-west playmaker. Now imagine pairing that with Dobbins, who runs hard, hits the hole with power, and brings that north-south, no-nonsense style. You've got yourself a thunder and lightning combo that could be lethal if managed right. But here's the catch. If Dobbins signs, someone has to go. NFL teams rarely carry more than 4 running backs on the active roster. Right now, Denver is sitting at 6. The logical outcome? Someone's getting cut or traded. And while Javonte Williams is a lock, and Audric Estime still has some room to grow in his second year, the odd man out could be Jaleel McLaughlin. McLaughlin is a solid complementary piece but doesn't bring the same value or ceiling as the potential Harvey-Dobbins duo. If there's any trade value left, it might be in flipping McLaughlin for a late-round draft pick. Financially, this move makes sense too. Dobbins signed a $1.66 million deal with the Chargers in 2024, a very team-friendly contract. It's expected that Denver could bring him in on a similar one-year, $1.5 million deal, fully guaranteed, with up to $1 million in incentives. For that kind of value, the potential upside is hard to ignore. From a schematic standpoint, Dobbins fits exactly what Sean Payton seems to be building. A strong, powerful runner to complement a younger, shiftier back. And with Payton's creative offensive play calling, having multiple styles in the backfield could give Denver a real edge, especially in the red zone and in late game, clock control situations. So where does this all lead us? We're looking at the very real possibility that the Broncos could sign Dobbins soon, possibly even before the next week is out. This dinner, this tour, it all screams mutual interest. If Payton gives the green light and the price is right, expect a signing announcement quickly. But until that happens, it's all about the speculation and the strategic planning behind it. Let's keep it going, because this story is far from over. If J.K. Dobbins ends up signing with the Broncos, the ripple effects across the roster could shape the entire offensive identity heading into the 2025 season. Sean Payton has never been a one-dimensional play caller, and he's always thrived with depth and variety in the backfield. Think back to his days in New Orleans. Dual-threat backs like Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram worked in tandem, giving him the freedom to switch gears mid-game. A potential Dobbins-Harvey pairing could give him exactly that kind of flexibility again, right here in Denver. Now let's zoom in on R.J. Harvey for a moment. This rookie isn't just a complementary piece. He's expected to take over as the primary back eventually. But Payton won't just hand him the keys from day one. With Harvey's quick cuts, elusiveness, and receiving ability, he's more than just a running back, he's a weapon. But to maximize his effectiveness and keep him healthy through a long season, Denver might need a bruiser to absorb the tough carries, especially between the tackles. That's where Dobbins fits like a glove. He can handle the grinded-out situations, wear down defenses, and set Harvey up to be the finisher on big plays. And then there's the physical element. Dobbins doesn't shy away from contact, he invites it. He's a downhill runner with low pad level and enough burst to break off chunk plays if the blocking is there. And let's not forget, when healthy, he's shown he can be more than just a short yardage back. His vision and ability to find the crease in tight spaces could be vital in short yardage and goal line situations, an area where the Broncos have struggled in recent years. But let's not ignore the elephant in the room, his health. 3 lower body injuries in 4 years isn't something you just gloss over. That's the biggest gamble here. Denver's medical staff would need to be fully confident in his recovery before pulling the trigger. But from what we've seen, if he's already meeting with coaches and taking the tour, that means the Broncos are at least cautiously optimistic about his status. You don't bring in a player for a facility visit unless you're serious about kicking the tires. So let's talk about the locker room dynamic. Adding a veteran like Dobbins could also serve as a mentorship opportunity for younger backs like Harvey and Estime. Despite his injury setbacks, Dobbins has playoff experience and a solid understanding of high-level NFL schemes. That experience, combined with Payton's system, could accelerate the learning curve for the younger guys. And don't underestimate what that means for team culture and development. As for the odd man out, if McLaughlin is traded or cut, it won't be because he lacks talent. It'll be because the scheme demands a different fit. McLaughlin is quick, but he's undersized and not as versatile as Payton might want. If Denver can get even a 6th or 7th round pick in return, that's a win, especially considering he was an undrafted free agent. It's a smart asset play, maximize value, stack depth, and build toward a long-term offensive identity. Let's not forget about Audric Estime either. He's raw, but there's upside. While he may not have Dobbins' explosiveness, he brings a physical style that Sean Payton clearly likes. If Estime can take a step forward in blitz protection and polish his technique, he's a guy who could still carve out a role, even in a crowded room. The key will be special teams and pass protection. That's where these battles are often won or lost when it comes to roster spots. So the real question now becomes, does Sean Payton want more muscle or more versatility? And how confident is he in R.J. Harvey's ability to shoulder the load from day one? Bringing in Dobbins doesn't mean Harvey isn't the future. It means the Broncos want to protect that future. A 1-year deal, minimal financial risk, potential high reward. This is the kind of move that smart front offices make when they're trying to put together a playoff caliber roster without mortgaging the future. The next few days could be crucial. If Dobbins leaves Denver without a contract, it doesn't mean talks are dead. But if he signs, it'll be a clear signal that the Broncos are all in on retooling this backfield for maximum impact. No more just getting by with what's available. Payton wants weapons, and Dobbins, if healthy, is one of the most dangerous backs still on the market. Absolutely. Let's dive even deeper, because this storyline is packed with implications that go well beyond just who carries the ball on Sundays. If JK Dobbins signs, we're not just talking about adding a name to the depth chart. We're talking about a philosophical shift in how this team intends to run the football in 2025. Sean Payton's decision to potentially bring in Dobbins signals that he wants to control games at the line of scrimmage. He wants a physical edge. The AFC West is loaded with explosive offenses, but if you can dictate the pace with a bruising ground game, you can neutralize some of that firepower. Think time of possession, think third and short conversions. This is a chess move that could pay off in big moments. And while the headlines are all about Dobbins, this potential signing could quietly reshape the offensive line dynamics too. If you're adding a power runner, you're expecting your O-line to create push and open lanes up the gut. That puts pressure on guys like Lloyd